Welcome to Script Doctors, where we fix what Hollywood won't. This week's episode, Doctor Strange. If you didn't know who Doctor Strange is, he's the Sorcerer Supreme. He basically protects the world from anything and everything magical that's going to attack us. The Avengers protect us from terrestrial and extraterrestrial beings. Doctor Strange protects us from the interdimensional beings. Anything magic. He's the Shazam of the Marvel Universe. And if you don't know who that is, that's okay. You'll find out in a couple years. That's coming out for DC. Back to Doctor Strange. One of my favorite things about this movie is actually the cast of characters and who portrays them. Benedict Cumberbatch does an amazing job, completely knocked it out of the park as Doctor Strange. Believable American accent, he's exactly the character that you want him to be at the very beginning for the smarmy, egotistical doctor, surgeon that needs a kick in the pants and gets it. And then you have Tilda Swinton playing the Ancient One, who does a phenomenal job of showing what all is going on in the world that none of us can see and none of us know about, without getting too preachy in the metaphysical and the spiritual kind of stuff. It's very well done, and it's a very good intro into Doctor Strange and this mysticism that surrounds this character. Chiwetel Ejiofor does an amazing job as Mordo, and I really thought there should have been a little bit more to his character in this movie, but we'll get into that later on. Mads Mikkelsen plays Caecilius, who is another sorcerer who has kind of lost his way, in a sense. That's all I'm going to say about the movie in this section of the review, because I want you to see this movie fresh. If you're not a Doctor Strange fan, if you are a Doctor Strange fan, if you have no idea who this person is, he is going to be very important for the Marvel Universe and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So if you're a fan of the Avengers, you owe it to yourself to see this movie at some point. I would suggest seeing this in IMAX 3D. The visuals are beautiful in it. The reality-altering parts of this movie are just phenomenal. I highly suggest that. So that's basically the end of my normal part of the review. If you don't want to get spoiled, go ahead and leave. This is the spoiler section. We're going to spoil the movie. Here we go. Like I said, one of my favorite parts of this movie was Tilda Swinton and her teaching Benedict Cumberbatch about everything in the world and all of the mysticism. But the way that they handled her secret, I thought could have been done a lot better. She's called the Ancient One because she's centuries old, and she's centuries old because she's been drawing power from the dark dimension this entire time to keep herself alive and to keep herself youthful. And I think that this was a great plot point that they didn't do enough with. Baron Mordo doesn't like that this happened and is upset by it, but it didn't really have any consequences. He specifically he just goes off at Doctor Strange saying, you know, there's going to be a price to pay about this. Her doing this is going to come back and bite someone, and basically there's karma involved, and he feels like what she did was wrong and someone's going to pay for it. Well, Cumberbatch isn't going to pay for it, and Mordo's not really going to pay for it. We didn't see any reason why this was a bad thing at all. In fact, the only person that we see who draws power from somewhere to do something other than cast spells is a paraplegic who used channeled energy to let himself walk again, not actually fixing his spine or anything. And then you find, I mean, he didn't have any drawbacks, so what's the point? They really didn't show us that anyone is going to pay for this, you know, breaking of the rules. And that was my biggest problem with the movie. I think that if they did this the right way, that it could have been great. And that's where we come in. At Script Doctors, we fix what Hollywood won't, right? So we're going to fix that. How do you fix it? Simple. Small changes to make impact. We need Baron Mordo to be following a specific path that the Ancient One is showing him, and he doesn't realize this entire time he was following the dark path. He was following a forbidden path. That makes his turn make sense. He's been following this path that makes him question everything. He's getting all of these benefits from this side, but the Ancient One broke these rules, and he realizes, well, I guess everyone should break rules. or it's okay to break rules at some point. And then he goes down that path, because at the end of the after credits scene, you see that he's your next villain, which doesn't surprise anybody who's a Doctor Strange fan. But I think this is a plot element that could have been extrapolated in that case. You have the Ancient One who's drawing on dark magic. You have her teaching Mordo about something that he doesn't know has to do with dark magic, when it's revealed that she's using this dark energy from the dark dimension. He loses it. Not just, oh, you're breaking rules. It's, I was breaking the rules. What's going to happen to me? How do I repent? How do I repent? How do I need to repent? That would have made the movie a lot better. And I think the rest of the movie is great, especially the time loop element at the end with Dormammu was phenomenal. It's a great way of showing you don't really need a huge, big fight at the end to be impactful. But I think that was something that would have propelled this movie to another level and made more sense for Mordo to make his change that he's going to make later on. Which, you know, like I said, if you've seen the after credits scene, you know what I'm talking about. So what do you guys think of Doctor Strange, if you've seen it? Let me know in the comments what you thought of the movie. Let me know in the comments if you haven't seen this movie and you want to see this movie. And hopefully I didn't spoil too much for you. Tried not to. Hopefully you liked it. See you later.